So in this Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach video, we'll be showing what happens after we beat all 3 of these hidden Princess Quest arcade games in the correct order. These arcade games can be tricky and they're pretty hidden, so we'll be shown exactly how to find each one and how to beat them as well in this. If you find this kind of content enjoyable, consider taking a little bit of your time sometime during this video and leaving a like on it. Let's see if we can get this to surpass 500 likes on this one. That'd be awesome to see. And hey, if you want while you're at it, feel free to stick around and subscribe too if you haven't. As always, that's totally up to you if you want to do any of that. Just leaving a friendly reminder here in the beginning. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. First off, to be able to even play these Princess Quest games, we have to beat them in the correct order. So we have to beat Princess Quest 1 before we can play Princess Quest 2. And once we beat number 2, we can play number 3, which is the finale of this game, which I think is pretty neat. We can actually learn more about all of this from this bag that's nearby Princess Quest number 2, which we find in the area where we have to run from DJ Music Man. As you see, there's a message that we get from this bag titled PQ2 Maintenance Log. It reads, Maintenance Log, Princess Quest 2, won't boot properly. No idea why. Shuts down when I try to play? Like it's personal. Doesn't matter anyway. I still haven't found PQ1, so yeah, this is kind of a hint that we have to do them in order to get them to play. Which once we do beat them all in order, here's what will happen. And then after this, I'll be getting into how to find each one and how to beat each one too. But yeah, check this out. So yeah, after you do beat all of the Princess Quest arcade games, you actually unlock what's considered the good ending, according to the achievements. And as we saw, there was an error that appeared on the arcade game after beating it. And then all of the robot eyes seemed to have turned from red to normal. So that was interesting. And it showed Vanny's mask and bow tie on the ground, as if we possibly got rid of her or something from beating all of those. And on top of that, at the end, we see Vanessa holding the door open for us while we leave with Freddy in the bag. And then the credits appear. And if we actually stick around and wait until the credits end, another piece of the ending pops up too. We see Gregory, Freddy, and Vanessa watching the sunrise to morning. Because after all, we did just get out of the Pizzaplex at 6 a.m. So it makes sense that happened right after they escaped the Pizzaplex. No one dies or is left behind. If some of you may remember, Freddy was concerned about leaving when we're first exiting out of the place at 6 a.m. Check this out, I'll go ahead and play it.
Freddy, it's open, let's go!
No, I cannot exit this facility.
Of course you can! Come on, we can hide you somewhere.
Without a recharge station, my systems would shut down within an hour. It is a safety precaution. It is my design. This is where I must stay. Do not return. It will never be safe. I will miss you.
So yeah, it seems like he overcame that fear and actually just left with Gregory out of the Pizzaplex. I'd assume eventually Freddy will get a new body. I mean, after all, he is a robot, so his head can be attached to a new robotic body or an old used one. And same goes for the other animatronics as well. Yeah, they were destroyed, but they can be rebuilt. After all, they are robots. I'd also imagine the head doesn't take as long to charge, so maybe he can go longer periods of time without needing a recharge. Then again, on the other hand, this could be his final moments, and he's deciding to spend it with them before he completely shuts down. Who knows though? I mean, I'm honestly not sure. There's all kinds of theories out there over the different endings. I'm not exactly sure which theory is the correct one, but there are a lot out there. Maybe there'll be more of an explanation over this if we ever get like downloadable content for this game or something. Maybe the developers will help try to explain a bit more over the story. Or who knows, maybe they're meant to be like this for us to just theorize about. But yeah, that about covers what happens after we beat all the Princess Quest arcade games. Now I'm going to be showing you where they're exactly located at and how to beat each one. So the first one will be located over in Glam Rock Cafe. And we can find that by going over to Roxy's Raceway. And as soon as we get to this door, we just want to bust a right here and go through this corridor. This will lead over to the Glam Rock Beauty Salon, which is where the first Princess Quest game is located at. Like I mentioned before, these are definitely hidden. More than likely, during your first playthrough, you missed out on these. At least I know I did, to be real with you. But yeah, the first game will be located in the back of inside the beauty salon. As you can see, it'll be located right here in this corner. This is the first one we have to play. And I will say this one is pretty straightforward. First off, right off the bat, in the very beginning, you can grab an extra heart right up here in the corner, so be sure to do that. And then the next objective is to light all the torches that you see around to unlock the doors, and then eventually we're going to be having to make our way over to this room with a chest that has a key inside of it that we need to get outside. So yeah, once you've lit the torches and got this key from this chest, we'll then just have to go back in the previous room, but be careful, there will be quite a bit of enemies that'll be coming after you once you do get the key. But anyways, once you go through this door that requires the key in the previous room, you'll have to light more torches. And these will be kind of tricky to light just because of how many enemies are inside of this room. And you have no way to defend yourself yet in the game. You have to literally just dodge the enemies. At least that's how I did it. And it was pretty tricky. It did take me quite a few tries, so if you do fail, don't get mad at yourself. It is supposed to be tricky. At least we get unlimited retries, you know. Anyways, once we get to this room here, go through the door on the right, and the goal of this room is to get all the way through it without dying. And it's pretty dark inside of here. I didn't light any torches in this one. I just continued running to the far end of the room, and I found this door. This led me outside, where there were a couple gravestones here with torches next to them. It turns out this was a little puzzle to solve. To solve this puzzle, we just have to light them in order. So yeah, just copy what I do and you should get right through this part. Once you light them all in the correct order, a secret path will unlock to these stairs. So yeah, we'll just need to take the stairs, and these will lead us to a chest that has a strange key inside of it. And something interesting, when we go to open it, we get a little visual glitch that happens on the screen. Not exactly sure why we get that or what's that symbolizing, but yeah, anyways, once we light the torch in this room, that'll extend a bridge for us to get across to get back over to the door that has a purple lock. This door requires the strange key and is also the ending of the first Princess Quest game. I gotta admit, the ending is really odd. I'm not exactly sure what to make of it. We just have to get to the very end of this dark hallway and light the torch, and this is what will happen. Yeah, that's what happens. I'm not exactly sure what that thing was in it at the end, or what it said either. It could have been Glitch Trap or something. I'm not really sure. But the game did get really glitchy and just stopped. It kind of reminded me of what happens when we beat the mysterious game that's hidden in Sun's room. I actually made a video over that a little bit ago. But yeah, the game just ended up getting really glitchy once we beat it. It was odd, just like what happened here at the end. But yeah, that's the end of the first one. Now, to find the second one, we're going to have to go to the dance floor where DJ Music Man is located at in the story. So yeah, we just need to head up here to the Fazcade elevator. It'll be located at the top floor of the atrium. That's actually where I prefer starting to show you where each of them are. But yeah, once you get up to the Fazcade, we're then just going to want to go up to the maintenance hall. So if you've done the story, you should remember where DJ Music Man chased us. He just came out of the tunnel and we had to run back down the long corridor that we went down in order to pull a switch. Yeah, at that area we can actually find the next Princess Quest game that we have to play. And as I showed you previously, we can also find a message back here too that explains that we have to do these in order to get to play them. But yeah, the second Princess Quest game will be located against the wall at the end of this hall. You can see it's located right here next to one of the pirate cutouts that we actually have to take a picture of in order to get into Sun's hidden room to play that mysterious game that I was talking about before called Balloon World. I don't know if the Princess Quest has any kind of correlation with that game, but the endings were kind of similar because of the glitchy stuff that happens. Anyways, now to get through Princess Quest 2, I actually found this one to be the easiest out of them all, just because this is when we first get our weapon to take on the enemies inside of this game from this mysterious guy in here. But yeah, as long as you know what you're doing in Princess Quest 2, it's pretty straightforward. To start off, you just want to go through the door at the bottom of the starting point, and once you make your way into this room, you're going to have to take out a few enemies. However, a chest will be over here that you can open to get an extra heart, which is beneficial. And then from that chest, you just want to head this way that I'm going. Just head down, and eventually you're going to come across this door down here at the bottom of the room. Once you get through this one, there's going to be tons of enemies that are going to shoot projectiles at you. So just try your best to dodge them as well as take them out if you are able. And keep in mind, if you do get hurt by any of them, when you go to take out one of them, they will drop a heart for you to heal you. So yeah, it's pretty beneficial to just take them out as you go through this room so you don't have to worry about dodging as many projectiles. But anyways, when you make it to the next area by going through the door, you're going to want to light the torch that you'll first see. And then just continue heading down in this room. We'll actually encounter another chest that'll give us another heart in here too. But yeah, after we grab that, we just want to continue down and head through this door at the bottom of this room. And then we're going to want to light all the torches in here. And there's going to be loads of enemies in here. So yeah, do what you got to do to get all the torches lit. I ended up just taking out all the enemies to make going around in here a bit easier. Once you got all the torches lit, the center will unlock with a chest that'll contain a key that we need. But yeah, once we got the key, we then just want to exit out of that room and just head all the way up across the bridge that we extended from lighting the torch and go through the door. This will lead us back to the starting point. We'll then just want to head up and use the key on the top door that's locked here. And once we go through this, we'll encounter a little puzzle. All we're going to have to do is just light the middle one. Once we light the middle one, we just want to head down and light the torch in the corner. And our shadow is going to light the other torch, as you can see. So yeah, once we do that and extend the bridge, we then just want to head through the door into the next room. And in this one, we're going to have to light all the torches. Once again, there's going to be loads of enemies in here, so get prepared to do a lot of dodging as well as taking them out too to keep your health up. At least that's what I did. But anyways, once we get all the torches lit in this room, we'll then want to go down here and go through this doorway. And then we're going to be encountering a lot of enemies again. But when we reach the end of this room, we're going to find another door that we're going to have to go through. And when we go through this one, we're going to encounter another puzzle room, which this one is definitely trickier than the first one that we encountered. This involves a lot more working with our shadow. So just feel free to follow along with exactly what we do here to get it past this part if you do get stuck on it. I will say this is basically the finale to this Princess Quest game. Once we do actually completely solve this puzzle and get all of the torches lit, it'll unlock the door in this area, which will lead to the ending of Princess Quest number 2. Which the ending of this one isn't as interesting as the first one. We just end in a room, and once we enter this room, we also get an achievement as well called Double-Edged Sword. So yeah, that's how to get through Princess Quest 2. Now Princess Quest 3 is the trickiest one to locate. What we're going to have to do is first off go to the Phaser Blast Arena, and once we gotten through, taking out the robots and winning Phaser Blast, we'll have to go claim our prize. And where we claim our prize at, there's going to be this open vent. We're going to have to travel through that and trigger some secret dialogue. And then once we get through the first vent, we're going to have to go over here to this other vent and travel even higher up in the Phaser Blast Arena. Up here, we'll actually find out about Vanny's hideout. And here's what is said.
Freddy, that rabbit lady's in a secret room above Phaser Blast. It looks like a hideout. I think her name is Vanny?
Vanny. It is very similar to Vanessa, and also Bunny. That cannot be a coincidence.
So yeah, once we get that dialogue to prompt, we'll then have to beat the game by getting to 6 a.m. and going to exit out of the Pizzaplex. Once we do officially go to exit, here's the options that we'll have with Freddy. We can either choose to stay with him, leave, or if we found Vanny's hideout, we'll get the Vanny option, which this is the one that we're going to have to choose because this is the only way that we can access Vanny's hideout regularly to play Princess Quest 3. Now, I'm not going to play this ending just because that's not what this video is about, but at this part, we're going to have to run to the top of the Phaser Blast Arena and get to Vanny's hideout. Up here, we can either choose to turn the robots against Vanny, or we can play Princess Quest 3, which is actually located in her hideout. I gotta say, this is the trickiest one to be able to play, just because you have to beat the first two, and then find Vanny's hideout, and then we have to go escape the Pizzaplex around 6 a.m. and choose the Vanny option to get inside of her hideout to be able to play this Princess Quest. So yeah, it can be tricky to get to. And not to mention, it's the trickiest one to be able to beat as well. We'll start off where we left off in Princess Quest 2 at the end, inside that room. Once we exit out, we'll have to go up, and we will encounter plenty of enemies from behind us and in front of us, but thankfully we have the sword still to be able to take them out. But yeah, we'll have to go through the door at the very end of the hallway and then head through the left door. Honestly, it doesn't matter which side you want to go to first. I just went through the left door first. Over here, we're going to have to light torches in this little maze. I found going to the left side of the maze made this easier because Foxy is in this maze as well, and he will do some serious damage to us if we get close. But yeah, once we got all of the torches lit in this maze, that'll open up this section right here with this purple chest that we'll have to open. This is one of the keys. I know it's just Vanny's face here, but yeah, this is one of the keys that we need to be able to open up the chest to beat this one. The other key will be located through the door on the right of this room that we entered. This one is like a little maze and can be extremely annoying. I will mention it took me quite a few tries to beat this part because the conveyor will just send you off the ledge and you will lose hearts each time the conveyor sends you off the ledge. The trick is to go to the very edge of the conveyor. Yeah, that took me a minute to even figure that out, to be real. But as you can see, that is how you can get through this part. I will mention it may take you a few tries trying this. At least, like I mentioned before, it did for me. But yeah, at this next part, we're going to have to light this torch. And as you can see, once again, we're going to have to be on the edge of the conveyor to get back across once we light that torch. And then we're going to have to use these conveyors to get over to the door at the far end of this room. We'll then have a little shadow puzzle that we'll have to do. So yeah, just go ahead and light the red torch. And then we're going to want to go like right around here in this room near the balloons on the far wall to light one of the torches. That will stop the conveyor, so you'll be able to just go across it and get over to this torch with ease. Once you got that one lit, we'll then just want to use this other conveyor in here to get over to the purple chest and unlock it to get the other key that we need. Which I know it isn't technically a key, it's a stuffed bunny, but these are like keys because once we have each of these items, we'll officially be able to unlock the main chest that we need to unlock to beat Princess Quest 3. Which, speaking of the main chest, that's going to be located near the beginning of all of this. It's actually at the end of the hallway. If you notice, there was a door on our left. Yeah, inside of here, we'll find a chest. Keep in mind, we're going to need both of the items to be able to open this chest. And when we do, we'll receive this strange key. This is used to open the door in the main room. Instead of going left or right, we just want to head straight up, and we'll find this locked door that we can now unlock with the strange key. And yeah, once we get through here, this is officially the end of the Princess Quest 3 game. As you can see, here's how it ends. We just unlock this door, and then the good ending cutscene plays, as I showed you previously. So yeah, there you have it, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed this comprehensive video over the good ending and how to get to each Princess Quest arcade and beat each one. I have to say, this took a while to make, but yeah, it's officially done, and hopefully it's able to help some of y'all out. I'm out of here, though. As always, thanks for taking the time, watching and listening. Until next time, peace